and stress. And so what I'm offering today is 3 specific practices that I think can really help everyone. Firstly, to bring down the stress levels that you may be experiencing, to change the kind of fear patterns that may be going on in your mind, to help the immune system of our bodies and our minds. And thirdly, really is to think about a way going forward that can create a more constructive pattern in our thinking and way of going on. I've just realized that I didn't bring a glass of water to drink whilst I'm speaking, so I'm going to get very dry in a moment, but hoping my business partner will bring me a glass of water sometime soon. Yeah, I mean, if I was to ask you to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you say was the scale of anxiety or fear that you may be experiencing? And feel free to unmute yourself and tell us what your experience has been. Natasha?
Hi there. Yeah, I think my anxiety and my fear is quite low. I'd say probably about 2 or 3. Obviously it's there in the back of my mind. That cannot be. Every conversation that we have always tends to reverse around or come round back to this whole situation in some way, shape or form. But I am not engaging in the news.
Right.
I'm kind of keeping up to date, but I've never really engaged with the news in a way just to keep up to date with what's going on around the world. I'm pretty good at sort of self-care and self-discipline, but there's always room for improvement. I've been very, very busy the last couple of weeks and I haven't really stopped. I've managed to take a couple of days off, which has felt good. So yeah, just taking a break from today even and just coming to join you on call is just a moment of pause. So
excellent. Okay, very good. And William, perhaps you can let us know what on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you think your anxieties have been, or fear? Do you fear getting infected with the virus? Okay, you have to unmute yourself if you want to talk to us, or type in. No, I'm not hearing from William. Okay, so anyway, the first thing I'm going to do is just to do a very short meditation process that is drawn from the Silva method. It's really a very, very good process that will take really only 5 minutes, and it changes the kind of brain waves that, you know, when you're conscious and active, the kind of the brain waves that you're running on are always beta brain waves. When you shut your eyes, you begin the process of actually inducing alpha brain waves into your mind. And so what I would ask you to do first off is shut your eyes. As you sit there, shut your eyes and take a deep breath. Because also the other thing that happens when you're stressed is that you breathe with the upper chest, and that can cause, you know, a sort of sense of panic rather than a feeling of calm. So if you just shut your eyes, take a deep breath through your nose and let the breath go right down into your tummy, into your stomach. And then when you breathe out through your mouth, but pursing your lips. So go. And what that does is you're slowing down the pace of your breath through the mouth. And that begins the calming of your body systems and also the brain waves. So you're introducing alpha brain waves into your system right now. So if you continue the deep breath and relaxation that comes with deep breathing. You're also slowing down the rate of breath that you're taking. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to count down from 10 to 1. And as we go down, the invitation is to go deeper and deeper into the alpha brain wave level of your brain. And that takes you away from the cortisol that can be running through your body. So the alpha level, alpha brain waves, helps you connect to a slower brain wave, which is the brain wave that we normally associate with sleep or about to go into sleep, which is when the body is very, very relaxed. So I'm going to count down now. 10, 9, 8. Continue breathing deeply. And as I count down, you're going deeper and deeper. 7, 6, 5. Deeper and deeper. 4, 3, 2, 1. And at this level, your brain waves will normally be pulsing at what the scientists call the alpha level. In this area, your body is resting, your mind is resting, you are at peace. You can stay in this level for a minute or two, experiencing the calm, away from the stress or any other thoughts that you may have had during the day. Staying calm. Breathing slowly and deeply. And if it helps, think of a place that you associate with rest and relaxation and peacefulness and beauty. And you can bring those images to your mind. Rest all your body, relax. Now I'm going to count you out of the meditation now. And I'm going to count from 1 to 5. And when I say 5, you're going to be wide awake, feeling awake and alert, and feeling better than before. 1, 2, 3. At 5, you will be awake and alert, feeling well and much better than before. 4, 5. Wide awake, alert, and feeling better than before. So, that's the first self-care practice, and it's a very powerful meditation that you can take really at any time when you're feeling stressed. In particular, I don't know about you, but occasionally this last week, I've woken up in the middle of the night, anxious and stressed. And it's this particular meditation that I've done that's actually calmed me down and helped me get back to sleep. So how was that for you, Natasha or William? Any comments? Please unmute yourselves.
William, do you want to say something first?
Yeah, it is actually quite quite calming.
Yes.
And does actually allow you to refocus on just one thing, and the one thing is actually on this process.
Oh, very good, thank you. Yes, good.
Yeah,
I don't really have anything in my head at the moment, but you know, that may actually be a normal type process. Yeah, but no, it does actually allow you to focus. Yeah,
That's
it's good.
Natasha, what do you think? How is that for you?
Yeah, I really like that. It's just really simple. Sorry. Yeah, really simple and yeah, just easy to connect with and just so nice to connect back with the breath. So thank you. Really enjoyed that. You've got a lovely voice.
Thank you. That's nice. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is, well, I'm not actually going to talk about it. I'm going to show you is a little technique that I have, tool that I use, which is very, very powerful. And it's actually in England not very well known. And it's called EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique. And in particular, for anyone who has, you know, a very stressful situation, whether you're trying to work from home and you've got children, and you know, instead of actually being at home being a restful thing, it's actually a stressful thing. This is a very good tool to use, or even if you're having to go to work, or even people who are in the health and you know, the healthcare business. So many people these days are feeling stressed and anxious, and so this sort of tapping script that I'm going to take us through is really designed to really address anyone who's really suffering from heavy levels of stress and anxiety. And this is really good for the immune system, because when you are suffering from stress and anxiety, there's all sorts of really bad hormones that are running through your system. So that causes the fight or flight or freeze response. And in the kind of scenarios we're all facing, that doesn't really help. So the tapping script that I'm going to take you through really helps you kind of face onto those things and actually clear them. So this is to ask you again. So you've said, you know, on a scale of 1 to 10, hopefully that meditation has actually brought your levels down actually. But one of the good ways to assess whether the tapping is going to be good for you is to look at, you know, what are the scales from 1 to 10 that you may be experiencing. So Natasha, do you think your stress levels are still at around 3, or have they actually gone because we did that meditation?
Yeah, it kind of I feel calmer. I feel kind of more centered.
Yeah.
So that feels nice. I've kind of come back to the present moment, which is lovely. Okay.
So no anxiety or fear that you could say, well, actually, if you were to shut your eyes, tune into that, you know, what's the background noise that maybe, is there any anxieties or fears from this time?
It's maybe for me is a little bit more around overwhelm, like I've just got a lot of stuff to do.
Yes. Okay.
So a little bit more that than the fear or the anxiety.
Okay, so the feelings of overwhelm, again, what would you give it a score? And the reason why we ask you to give you a score is because it's so difficult, you know, when we change our state, we don't know how far we've changed it unless we kind of score it. We kind of forget the impact it's made. So it's useful to...
I'd say it's probably around a 6.
Okay, so as high as a 6. Well, that's very good. So but let's make a note of that. So for you, it's a 6 on the sort of overwhelmed stage. What about you, William? Would you say you have any background anxieties or fears with regards to these times? And you have to unmute yourself to give us a score, or type in your message here, please.
Yeah, I've unmuted myself now.
Okay, good.
Well, I don't really have any overriding background fears. I've got some degree of anxiety in relation to I have a rental property portfolio, and I have an anxiety there that you know, the lockdown and the number of people who are actually out of work, it may actually impact upon tenants and their ability to be able to pay rent, to keep rent payments coming in. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's a background anxiety that I would say I have.
So what score would you give that from a 1 to 10? 1 being very little and 10 being lots.
I'd say somewhere between a 4 and a 5.
Okay, right. So 4 to a 5. All right. So we'll see whether the tapping regime or the tapping algorithm, you could say, is going to help you here. All right. So what I would ask you to do is probably the way tapping works is, I'll just explain it for anyone who's never come across it before. It's an algorithm. It's a set of acupuncture points that have been identified on the face and on the upper body that actually, when you tap on them, they decrease stress. They bring down the levels of anxiety. And the points are as follows. I'm just going to explain. One is the side of the hand, which is normally done to start with. Then there is, I'm just going to show you some 2 points just above the nose and at the edges of the eyebrows. The side of the eye, the bone of the side of the eye there. On the bone, under the eye, under the nose, under the mouth, so on the middle of the sort of chin area, on the, just hopefully you can see this, there's some little bones that you have outside of your sort of neck area, and just in the little indentation you tap there, and then you tap under the arm about 4 inches below, and then at the top of your head. And it's a system, you kind of tap through the system as we go through this. And the way it works is I will say a statement, and then you can follow, you can say the same statement, or you can say it slightly differently depending on if, for example, I'm saying words that don't quite apply to you, you can in your mind use different set of words. Okay, so I will try and take into account the points that you've made, but I'm also going to be more general statements that other people may be experiencing. So let's start. So tap on the side of your hand, even though, and you can follow me, even though, you can say this as well, I feel anxious about the coronavirus. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I feel fearful about whether the coronavirus is going to affect my family or affect me, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I feel anxious about this time, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I feel anxious and afraid, I choose to embrace these feelings. Even though I manufacture anxiety with my mind. I choose to feel peaceful and calm. So now tap on the eyebrow point. Even though I may be manufacturing anxiety with my mind, I choose to feel peaceful and calm. All this anxiety, all this overwhelm, I don't know how I'm managing it all. I feel anxious. I feel worried. I'm not sure how I'm going to get through this. I don't know when it's going to end. I feel overwhelmed by the current situation. I feel panicked being locked up in my house. Even I have this tension in my mind, yet I know I can choose to feel peaceful and calm. I choose to feel peaceful and calm. Okay. How was that? Any reactions? Can you feel a difference in your body or in your mind? Natasha?
Yeah. I like the tapping. I haven't done it for a long time. I've forgotten how oof it is.
Yes.
It's really nice. Yeah,
yes.
It's just a really good reminder, just that we can connect with the body and we can tap and we can let go of things.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely feel a shift.
Okay, very good. Okay, so we're just going to do another round. So on your sense of overwhelm, can you see a difference in the levels? You had 6 before.
I feel calmer, definitely. Just feel more like I've decompressed a bit.
Decompressed.
So
okay. All right. So let's do another round because, generally speaking, I'll do about 3 rounds, just checking in with each one because it is a gradual process because once you've kind of expressed the outer level of thinking, you'll feel that there's actually some other thoughts that have come up. So are there other thoughts that have appeared in your mind? If you're not feeling overwhelmed now? No,
nothing else really, I don't think.
Okay, great. William, any comments from you?
Yeah, well, why the hell am I worried about finances, right? This is the thought that I had. Why the hell am I worried about finances? That's actually only related to money, and really the greater thought is actually in relation to people, right? So it's actually the better focus is actually to be focused on the well-being of people.
Okay. Well, that's a good shift, isn't it? That's excellent. That's excellent. Okay, so let's have another round. So even though I still have some tension in my body, I choose to feel safe and calm. Even though I may still have some traces of fear about people's well-being, I choose to feel safe and calm. Even though I could feel a bit anxious if I really dwelled on the current situation, I choose to feel safe and calm. I don't like feeling anxious. I am aware I'm manufacturing anxiety. I am masterful at manufacturing anxiety. But I can also choose to feel peaceful and calm. I could get very good at manufacturing peace. I could get very good at manufacturing peace and feeling safe and calm. I love feeling peaceful and calm. I am masterful at manufacturing peace and calm. Let me just let go. Let me let go of all the fear and anxiety. Letting it go now. I don't need it in my system. I don't need it in my mind. What I need is peace and calm. Breathing deeply to invite peace and calm into my mind and body. Letting anxiety and fear go now and feeling peaceful and calm. Right, so that's the second round, and hopefully that's really dropped down your sense of overwhelm or anxiety. Any score that you would give it, Natasha, now?
I'd probably say it's like a 2. I think it went down to a 4 last round, probably a 2 now.
Right.
I feel like I want to smile now, so that's good.
Okay, that's very good.
Yeah, and I know that I'm going to get stuff done. I think I'm so used to going at a slow pace that anything that's slightly faster is just like, what's going on? So yeah, so I feel steadier, which is nice.
Slow
and I will
down.
get it done.
Oh, fantastic. That's very good. That's very good. And William, what about you? What do you have any rating for any anxiety or any new thoughts that have appeared?
Well, yeah, it is actually very calming, and it's also a very good reminder because I'd entirely forgotten about tapping.
Mm.
So it's a very good reminder, yes, and it does actually feel calmer, and score has definitely come down.
Okay, fantastic. To what would you say?
Oh, I'd say about a 2.
Okay, fantastic. That's really good. Okay. So for my third round, what I thought I would do is do a tapping round that is really ideal for if you wake up in the middle of the night and feel anxious. You know, sometimes, I don't know about you, but I will catch 10 o'clock news or something before I go to bed, and that's the worst thing ever. But I can end up waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and this is a really brilliant tapping round to get rid of it. Let's start here. Even though I'm wide awake and my mind is racing, I choose to feel peaceful and calm. Even though I'm afraid and worried about the news that I heard tonight, I'm choosing to manufacture peace. Even though I don't feel any calmer, I love myself anyway. And even though my mind is racing and all these thoughts are running through my head, I choose to feel peaceful and calm. So on the eyebrow point, I still feel anxious. I still feel afraid. I have some anxieties because what if it doesn't get better? I don't know how to be with my fears. I don't know how to be with these thoughts in my head. I choose to feel peaceful and calm because in this moment, all is well. In this moment, I am safe. In this moment, everyone I love is safe. So that's just designed for waking up in the middle of the night and feeling a bit anxious. So any kind of closing thoughts on this particular exercise? William, Natasha, go ahead.
Yeah, no, that was it's really lovely. I needed that because I could have carried on and done other things. But I'm glad I came to join and just to take part and just to remind just that moment of calm, which is really, really nice. I just feel, yeah, like nice and peaceful. So
Nice and peaceful.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. So I've got one more thing. I know that you might have to run in a minute.
I'm going to have to go now. This one, I'll let William speak and then I'll pop off before you do the next.
Okay, fine. One. Very good. Okay, thank you, Natasha. Yeah, thanks. William, what do you think? Any thoughts on this one?
Well, I think it's the fact of reminding and of actually being of knowing that you've actually got something as simple to do as the tapping exercise. It can actually bring you back to a point of calm and refocus. I think that's actually the very good section of it. Yeah.
Very good. Okay, great. All right. Well, thank you.
And nice to meet you, Natasha, even in the ethereal realms.
Yes, always nice.
Thank you very much. And thank you very much for practicing good social distancing.
Yes, indeed. Thanks so much. Enjoy. I'll look forward to getting the recording to do the third exercise.
Yeah, thank you. All right, very good. Okay, thank you. Okay, so really just the last item that I was going to bring forward was really an assignment, an invitation to us all, and it's a sort of a challenge to myself. It's a COVID-19 challenge, you could say, for the rest of the time whilst we are in sort of social isolation. My challenge is that we each of us become an ambassador of hope. That in our day-to-day lives, instead of focusing upon the negative, that we find some good news to share with each other, that we post on our social media platforms, whether we're on Facebook or on LinkedIn, something positive, some good news, some fun things. Like, for example, I kind of shared today the Marsh family's video recording of them all singing something from Les Miserables, which was brilliant. It was really fun. So, you know, my challenge to you is to become an ambassador of hope, with sharing good news to each other, writing emails, communicating, and you know, you're doing it to help other people to stay positive and well during this time, but you will find that it has tremendous impacts and reverberations in yourself. So that's my 3 self-care practices, and really I'm now open for any questions that you may have, and we can talk more generally about the situation if you would like to put forward some of your questions or ideas right now. So, William, as you're the only one right here right now, is there anything that you would like to say or to ask about? And please unmute yourself.
Well, thank you very much, Penny, for sharing those 3 practices. And of course, the last one is it is actually a very good action to take here, and yeah, I fully support that. So I would say thank you very much for those two calming, focusing exercises, and then for the very good quality suggestion. And I'm all in favour of let's have some more good news. There's plenty of bad news that's floating around. Let's actually have some good news and some good beacon of hope type support actions taken. Yeah.
Very good. Yes, lovely. Thank you. Thank you. So I think.
Okay, I don't necessarily have anything more to say at this stage. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. So I think these were the specific things I wanted to share. For anyone who's going to be watching this, who wasn't able to make it today, I welcome your feedback. And please, if you have any questions or you want to email me, please do so. I'd love to hear from you, and I'd love to have your feedback. If this is appreciated and valued, I'd like to perhaps do this again, perhaps with specific groups on a company-wide basis, or even with some groups that may want to form up as a result of these times. So thank you very much, and on that point, I'll hope to see you again. Bye-bye for now. Please email me at penny@corpalc.com. Bye for now.